All right, ready on you.
Oh, so pretty. I am Bond. Name's Bond. Colion, Noir.
Yo,
Bond.
hey.
Oh, my bad. I was just trying to get in the character, because apparently that's what you have to do anytime you talk about the Walther PPKs. I'll be honest and say this, even though I play to this notion myself a few times on social media, it annoys the ever-living crap out of me that you cannot talk about this gun without talking about James Bond. But I still do it anyway too, so I can't say anything. Anyway, so this is the actual gun that I built at the Walther factory in Arkansas. This is my PPKs that I customized and built for myself. Now, if you watch that video, I didn't so much as build a gun as I did just put it together. Terribly, actually. Kind of embarrassing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Peter's gonna do a little cut in of me embarrassing myself.
1 hour later.
Second bar.
Yeah, so it's gonna be the second from the bottom, so the top one.
Yeah, I think G10 grips was a good choice. Now, what I wanted to do was do the first mag on this gun, and you really think I'm gonna have a gun like this and not come back with a beautifully done cinematic version of it? But for now, we're just gonna talk about this. We're just gonna do the first mag, shoot the gun, see what it's like. All right, real quick before you finish watching this video, I gotta get something off my chest. I'm tired. Tired of dealing with the media's BS, tired of dealing with Joe Biden's BS, tired of having to defend a right that you shouldn't have to defend in the first place. Yet in 2021, we have a president who is not only doesn't know where he is half the time, but is one of, if not the most vocal anti-2A presidents we have ever had. The Pew Pew Life Let's Go branding design is one massive euphemistic middle finger to the most anti-2A president in history, along with the mainstream media that does everything in its power to push an anti-2A agenda. Any politician that wants to take away our God-given right as enshrined by the Second Amendment, we have 3 words for you. Let's go, Brandon. That's one thing I forgot about this gun is it points very, very, very well. To me, this gun is more like a piece of jewelry than it is a gun, honestly. Look at it. It's just beautiful without trying, you know what this gun is like? I'm going to get a lot of crap for this, but just bear with me. This is Kendall Jenner. I know Peter's laughing and just kind of screwing his face up, but just bear with me. Kendall Jenner is naturally pretty. She's just naturally, effortlessly pretty. Naturally, this gun has that effect. It's just naturally a good looking gun. Look at it. The silhouette, the colors, especially because I did it. So therefore it has to be absolutely beautiful. But the PPKs is just iconic, man. And as much as I don't like it, Bond definitely made it the icon that it is. But even in its own right, the gun in and of itself is freaking awesome. It's also one of the guns that I don't actually, because usually when I'm pulling the trigger, I'm using the pad of my finger. For some reason, this gun makes me actually kind of hook my finger into the trigger well, for whatever reason. But this particular gun is, from a trigger standpoint, a bit of an enigma. In single action, it's great. In double action, well, let's take a look. All right, so I know some of y'all saw me kind of jerking and twisting. The double action is interesting because it's not designed for you to kind of slowly pull it back and get your shot off. It's designed to just sweep through it. You just pull the trigger. Like there's no like, oh, let me ease my way into it. No, you just shoot it. Which is why whenever you saw in the Bond movies, if he was carrying it in double action. There was none of, it was basically just, you know, that's pretty much what it is. The gun in double action honestly isn't meant to be this kind of, let me slowly progress my way through this long action trigger. No, it's you, because this is pretty much how it ends up looking. It's actually hard to do that. You're better off just sweeping through that double action. Like literally just kind of like, I see you. You see what I mean? Like it's just point shooting. That's another thing, this gun points very naturally. So it does have kind of a natural point kind of aim where you don't necessarily have, I'm not gonna say not think as much, but it does so very naturally. So let's take a look at these sights. Visually, these sights are trash. They're garbage. However, functionally, they're actually really good, as long as you can see them, considering. Because when you look at them, they look almost kind of cheap. And like, what am I supposed to do with this? But when you actually get behind the gun and you pull the gun up to shoot, those nights settle naturally on themselves and actually center very well, very easily. I mean, you just shoot. I mean, the sights are actually, I think, undervalued in a lot of ways, and a lot of people don't talk about it. The gun also has, it is a blowback design, so it's not like your typical guns. Also, you have a safety here, which also functions as a decocker. So if I cock the hammer and put it on safe, it automatically decocks the gun. When I take it off safe, good. I'm not really sure if the safety is very intuitive because, well, you'll see. It's interesting because it doesn't, oh, I could be wrong. Let's see, let's find out. So right now, the gun's on safe. I mean, kind of intuitive. No, it's not really intuitive. Let me just stop lying. Because if I'm hit, it's not very intuitive. But it does look cool. Looks nice. It's beautiful. But the safety's not very intuitive. You kind of throw it away. What's also not very intuitive, and maybe just be because I have, as we all know, hobbit hands, is getting to the magazine release. I have to break my grip quite a bit to get to it. It's doable. I can do it. But for the most part, it's not going to be the easiest kind of magazine release to get to. Other than that, oh, and then there's also the issue of if you have really big hands, you could get a little bit of slide bite. But other than that, it is actually a really enjoyable gun to shoot. So there you have it. The stainless steel with the black G10 grips, Walther PPKs. Even in my head, I thought that was embarrassing.
You know, we talk a lot about empowerment in this country, except for when it comes to the Second Amendment. However, I can't think of anything more empowering than having the most effective tool to protect you and your family. So help me spread this message by liking and sharing this video with everyone you know. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, because the Second Amendment, when it said militia, it wasn't talking about the government. It was talking about you. Also, if you want to know where to find the I'm the Militia shirt and merchandise, click the I'm the Militia link in the description section of this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, make sure you hit that bell symbol.